This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tel Tanner.
Another Monday, another edition of the Lancer Locker here on KYNT. My name is Tel Tanner. Let's get straight to it. This week we've got two guests coming in. Joe Erickson, the GPAC Coach of the Year, and the head coach of Mount Marty Cheer. Was just announced last week. He is the GPAC Coach of the Year. Congrats to Joe Erickson. We've got him on the show today. And we've also got Zena Ray Ross on the show, the head coach of the archery program at Mount Marty University. We're learning about cheer. We're learning about archery on the program today. My name is Tel Tanner. Let's go ahead and go to our week in review for Lancer Athletics. First off, though, the Mount Marty Lancers indoor track and field team competed at the NAIA Indoor Track and Field National Championships over the weekend, with a pair of Lancers finishing high in the events. Mason Schleiss led Mount Marty University as he took home third place in the men's heptathlon, with his teammate Seth Wiebelhaus right behind him in fourth. In the lone field event for the Lancers, Grace Rippin took 19th in the women's pole vault, clearing a high of 3.52 meters. No Lancer runners advanced past the prelims on Friday, as the top 8 advanced to the finals in each event. Marcus Genofin was the highest Lancer finisher. He posted the 10th fastest time in the men's 60-meter prelims. In other preliminary round finishes, Jonathan Fuselier placed 11th in the men's 60-meter hurdles. Nathan Simons finished 16th in the men's 600-meter run. Callie Davis had the 19th fastest time in the women's 400-meter. Donovan Breckenridge took 20th in the men's 400-meter, and Ashnae George finished 38th in the women's 60-meter hurdle. The indoor track and field season is officially over for the Lancers, but the outdoor season is around the corner, with the first meet set for Friday, March 24th at Wayne State in Nebraska. Also, let's go to Mount Marty baseball and softball now. The Mount Marty Lancers baseball team was in Atchison, Kansas over the weekend. They faced off with Benedictine College in a 4-game series. The Lancers went 3-1 over the series, sweeping the Saturday games 13-10 and 5-2, but did split the Sunday slate, falling 4-3 in Game 1, but they won Game 2 6-4. Mount Marty, now after the 3-1 weekend, holds a 12-3 record on the year. Just an amazing start for the Lancer baseball program. Next up for the Lancers is a doubleheader against Waldorf in Minneapolis, Minnesota on Wednesday. First pitch of Game 1 is set for 10:30 a.m. Lancers are playing at U.S. Bank Stadium, the Vikings field. The Mount Marty Lancers softball program is 5-7 on the year after playing 4 games in Wichita, Kansas over the weekend. The Lancers would fall to York University 10-9 and Mid-America Nazarene University 7-4. Mount Marty would also split a pair of games with Avila University, losing Game 1 12-6, but they won Game 2 8-7. The Lancers are back in Kansas this Friday as they travel to McPherson to meet Mayville State at 11:15 a.m. and Evangel University at 3:45 p.m. That's your week in review for Lancer Athletics. Some of the sports we were keeping an eye on there. Let's go ahead and take a break here on the Lancer Locker. When we return, Coach Joe Erickson in the studio, the GPAC Coach of the Year for Mount Marty University Cheer. This is KYNT.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women in the U.S., causing a quarter of all deaths annually. With February designated as American Heart Month, the Yankton Medical Clinic reminds you to be proactive when it comes to your heart health. See your provider to discuss your risk for heart disease and preventative steps that are right for you. Don't let yourself or your loved ones become a victim of heart disease. Call the Yankton Medical Clinic for an appointment today. So much care, so close to home.
United Way of Greater Yankton uplifts individuals and families with measurable programs that deliver long-term results. United, they confront the struggles, helping create pathways out of poverty, provide access to critical healthcare services, and offer opportunities for youth and adults to reach their full potential. You can help by making a donation at yanktonunitedway.org/give or by texting Yankton to 41444 today.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
This sports season, keep your athlete hydrated with sparkling ice. Choose from a rainbow of colors and flavors, each sourced from nature with vitamins, antioxidants, and zero sugar. Sparkling ice. Tease your taste buds with tropical flavor. And rehydrate with Prime Hydration. The perfect combination of flavor and function, changing how you refresh, replenish, and refuel. With 5 awesome flavors and no added sugar, you're getting the taste you want without anything you don't. Prime Hydration, the perfect boost for every endeavor.
Well, we are back on the Lancer Locker. My name is Tel Tanner. Now here with a now decorated head coach for the Mount Marty Lancers, the GPAC Coach of the Year, Joe Erickson. It is good to have you on once again, Mr. Erickson.
Yeah, it's great to be back, Tel. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So you are the GPAC Coach of the Year for the cheer program here at Mount Marty University. That was a really fun to see that on social media. I actually learned about it first from your dad because I work with him every day here at KYNT. He runs our morning show, Totally Yankton, and he was very excited. I'll tell you that. And then it kind of went around the building. Oh, Joe's the Coach of the Year. And then I realized, well, I got to have him on. And I instantly sent you an email, and here we go. So I appreciate you coming in and talking with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was really honor. It was an honor to get that award. It was very humbling. It definitely wasn't something that I went into that competition expecting.
So when was it announced? At the GPAC competition itself is when you first learned? I know it wasn't announced until that Monday.
Yeah, we do things a little bit different in the cheer and dance world because when you look at Coach of the Year, all conference honors and such, most sports, they are based upon your stats throughout the season. But for cheer and dance, they actually hold a tryout at the end of the GPAC competition. And the judges there who are judging the competition will judge the tryouts. And we know immediately that day who will be our all-conference athletes, cheerleaders, dancers, first team, honorable mention, and they also announce the coaches of the year as well.
Coach Erickson, as we talk about your team, we talk about recruiting. What are like the type of athlete you want to bring to Mount Marty, and how does recruiting work in the cheer field?
So in the cheer world, it's a lot different, I think, because I don't think many cheerleaders really throw the idea around of getting recruited. You talk about a high school baseball player, and every one of them has a Huddle account.
Right.
High school football, they all have a Huddle account because every one of them wants to play at the next level. And I think with cheer, especially up in the northern part of the United States, it's just not one of those things that is widely known that is a recruitable sport. And I think that is where Mount Marty is really breaking some ground in South Dakota, being the first college or the first university in the state that offers competitive cheer as a sport. We really look for athletes that are ready, not only ready to compete at that next level, but they want to. And me specifically right now, I'm looking for athletes that don't want to sit on the sideline for a year or 2 years. I'm looking for athletes that can come in and make an immediate impact. We're looking for people of all positions, looking for males that want to learn this sport. Some of the best males in our sport nationwide did not cheer in high school. A lot of times it's former football players, former wrestlers, people who aren't afraid to try something new. I can think of one All-American athlete last year who did not cheer in high school. They recruited him as a wrestler, and he just kind of decided that this is what he was wanting to do. So I think that's what we're really looking for in recruits right now. Constantly recruiting, looking for juniors, seniors, even starting to talk to some sophomores right now as we look to build and the depth of our program and for the future of this program.
Well, we'll talk about the GPAC Championship itself. You are building this program kind of from the ground up. You are really starting to get some momentum here. I've talked with Andy Bernardo about the direction of this cheer program, and he's pretty excited some of the recruiting you're doing. But a lot of people don't know how a cheer and dance program really works. So I wanted to talk to you about that. In terms of recruiting and how these competitions work, can you walk me through your season?
Yeah, our season it's quite different than a lot of other seasons because we are the only school in the state of South Dakota that offers competitive cheer and competitive dance as a sport. It's not a club. It's not a student organization. All of our athletes are scholarshiped the same as a basketball, baseball, or a football player are. So all of our girls and guy receive athletic scholarships to cheer at Mount Marty competitively. Now, our competitive season runs from January to March. However, with a cheer team on a college campus, we obviously cheer sideline for other sports. We cheer for all home games in the fall. So with that, we usually start our fall camp in August, and that is specifically for sideline. Our season starts midway through September or so, where we will start to get our choreography and things along those lines. And then our first competition is usually mid to late January. We'll compete 6 or 7 times throughout the course of the season. We'll travel to various institutions across the Midwest where we will compete before inevitably having the GPAC or the Midwest qualifier.
Well, it's good to have a man in charge who knows what he's doing. Joe, what is your background in this field?
I actually did not have any cheerleading background in high school. I was kind of the person that was always kind of up in front, jumping around, leading everybody. That's just what I really enjoyed doing. I've always enjoyed watching sports. I've enjoyed interacting with the crowd, and I realized at a very young age what an influence a crowd could have on an athletic event. In college, I really kind of did it on a whim. I had some friends that were on the cheer team, and they first just said, hey, you should really go look into Charlie Coyote. And I said, yeah, I'll try out, see what I can do. I mean, just kind of go out on a limb. And while I was there, they kind of tricked me, and they said, hey, you should try out for the cheer team. And at the time, there were no guys on the cheer team. And so I said, what do I have to lose? They asked me to come and eventually do both, be on the cheer team and do Charlie Coyote. And so those were some really good experiences for me, getting to travel across the country, being with the University of South Dakota through that transition from Division II to Division I, made some lifelong friendships, and really just I fell in love with the sport.
Absolutely. I went to USD myself, and the one thing I noticed of a lot of the cheerleaders while I was there, especially the guys, man, they were built. They were just some of the strongest people I've ever seen in my life. Can you talk me through at Mount Marty some of the training and conditioning you put your athletes through?
So yeah, we work with our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Flahy. We work out with him several times a week during the season, and in the off season we have summer workouts, and then we obviously do conditioning and strength building during our practices as well. Okay,
as we talk about the competition and the season itself, when you're in a meet, what are some things that you have your athletes focusing on as you're going for these points in the placing, and how does the placing even work in these events?
So yeah, I mean, as you said before, we're in a building phase, and part of building is not just recruiting. It's not just increasing your skill level during practices and during competitions. It's also getting these young emerging athletes. We try to get them to a point where they are maturing as a junior or senior would, because next year our freshmen are really going to be the leaders on our team. And so I've told them from the beginning that, hey, we really need you to be at that level and at that maturity. So we really focus the latter half of the season on, just making sure you're in the right mind, making sure you're preparing the right way, preparing like a winner should prepare to compete for anything. Once we get to the competitions, a lot of times we have quite a bit of downtime once we register because of the amount of teams and the process we will take to get ready. I think our largest event, there were a total of 15 teams there. And typically when you're at a competition, you're allotted a specific amount of time. We'll say it's 10 minutes. You get 10 minutes of stretching. Then you'll go to the next floor where you'll get 10 minutes of jumps or tumbling or whatever it is you choose to warm up. And then you'll have 10 minutes on what we call the full mat. That's where it's a full competition mat. And then from there, you'll go to the waiting area where you could wait 10 minutes, you could wait 15 minutes, you could wait 20 minutes. It just depends how long those judges take to really grade the routine that went before you. And then you go and compete your 2.5 minute routine.
So that waiting period has just got to be the longest couple of minutes of the day.
It really is. And that's where we talked a lot about the focus of we're warm right now. We're in the right mindset. We had everything go well, or things didn't go well. How do we switch mindsets of we didn't do well in warm up, but we need to do well on the floor, and really just getting everyone to that level of knowing that they need to go out and do the best that they can do to put the best performance on the mat.
Well, Coach Erickson, once again, GPAC Coach of the Year. As we talk about this season, what are some big moments of this season that really stand out when you think about the year?
I mean, I think that every moment for us with such a young team was a big moment. I really enjoyed watching these younger athletes step up each and every week, whether it was each and every football game, they got better and better every week. And I don't think that's going to stop now that the season is over. The demographic of our team right now is we essentially have freshmen and seniors. So we will lose 3 seniors this year who really were an integral part of our program. They've been here since day one. And so it really is an interesting moment to watch as the early stages of our program come to an end. And I feel that we truly are ready to turn the page to the next portion of what our program is going to be. Very excited for the athletes that we have coming in. We have some really big signings coming up in the next couple days. And I think that the girls we're bringing in and the girls that we have here now are really going to propel this program to new heights. And I think we're going to surprise a lot of people next year.
I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see these signings, and I'm excited to see you get back to competition in the fall. Coach Erickson, once again, congratulations on being the GPAC Coach of the Year. That honor cannot be understated how amazing that is in one of the better conferences in the country in the GPAC. So congratulations on that once again. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you very much.
This is KYNT, the Lancer Locker. Let's go ahead and take a break here. Big thanks to Coach Joe Erickson for joining me.
Are you ready to take home the country's best chicken? This is Annie at Yankton Pizza Ranch. Our chicken is hand-breaded daily, crispy on the outside, and juicy on the inside. If you're feeding the entire family or planning the perfect party, order from your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway or give us a wing at 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good. Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
When you need to be sure, make it SureCo. Smart Trailer from SureCo is still the most complete line of electric accessories for your grain trailer. Smart accessories such as the 4500 Series HD electric tarp, Pro Trap, and Auto Trap electric hopper doors, and the DriveMax Auger Drive Kit from SureCo both offer convenience and peace of mind for operators. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at SureCo.com. Make it SureCo.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12 packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Chris Sawtell at Aztec in Yankton. We also want our employees to thrive and succeed every day. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. We live them every day. We have openings in a variety of departments, sign-on bonuses up to $2,000, immediate benefits like retirement savings, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursement, and more. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by for a walk-in interview or click on careers at aztecindustries.com.
All right, we are back on the Lancer Locker here on KYNT. My name is Tel Tanner. Big thanks to Joe Erickson for coming in and talk with me. Now we'll flip the script over to archery here at Mount Marty University as we have the head coach of the program now in the booth with us, Zena Ray Ross, first-year head coach of the Lancers. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to this talk. Archery is something that I've always thought was a lot of fun. I grew up doing it in 4-H just because it was fun. Very different than what you do, but it's still fun is what I'll say. So first, let's talk about you and your background. First year head coach of the Lancers, very young coach. I'm assuming you're the youngest on staff at 23, right?
I think as far as head coaches go, I am, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to be one of the youngest in every room you walk into. You've obviously figured that out already. How has that gone as you start your career in coaching?
Absolutely. It's a little bit of a learning curve, and it's definitely a little jarring for some people that I come in and coach when you walk in. And, I'm not a very tall person either. So when you walk into a room and you go, hi, I'm going to be coaching you today, they all kind of look at you for a little bit. And then once I start talking and start giving them some information, then you can see that little bit of respect start to come into people's eyes. So
I gotcha. How tall are you?
4'10".
So, okay, I understand. So a 4'10", 23-year-old walks in, and they're like, who is this? And then you start throwing off just knowledge on knowledge that you obviously know because you grew up in this sport and you're now their head coach. And then they're like, oh, that's why she's the head coach. That's kind of how it went?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I gotcha. I understand. So let's talk about your background a little bit. You're from, I believe you said Colorado, then you went to Pennsylvania, graduated from Penn State University, now the head coach of the Lancers. Let's talk about that journey. First off, Pennsylvania, what's it like growing up over there?
Oh, goodness. So Pennsylvania, fairly similar to South Dakota, I will say. I came from a small town, so being in a small town, Yankton, is kind of familiar to me. Very homey. You talk to all your neighbors, you see everybody. We have a lot more trees and hills. So, I grew up running around in the woods, running around in the forest, always outside. So being able to drive and just see nothing for miles, that was a little jarring on the drive out here. But it was really awesome. I got a lot of opportunities. Archery is really prevalent out there. So I started at age 5, and I could just go somewhere every weekend, drive an hour, and shoot whatever I wanted to shoot. So I was really blessed out there, I will say.
I understand the terrain part of that. I grew up western South Dakota, right below the Black Hills. So I grew up in the hills. Loved trail running was my favorite thing. And now we're in Yankton, where we get the Meridian Bridge, which is beautiful. But obviously, I like walking the Meridian Bridge. Have you done it yet?
I have, yes. I actually did that a lot in the summer when I first moved here, yeah.
As you should. It's beautiful country. So let's talk about the move to Mount Marty now. As you come into Mount Marty University, why did you want to come to Yankton and to Mount Marty in the first place?
So I was looking for something to just accelerate my career. I was doing some personal coaching out in Pennsylvania. I had a youth team going on, and I was just looking for that next step. I got an email from NFAA. They said they had a job opening for archery coordinator and a collegiate coach. And I was like, well, the archery coordinator part, that's really exciting. Collegiate coach, oh boy. Sure, let's give it a try. I put my line out there. They took the bait, and I came out here and fell in love with absolutely everything about it. So I can't complain.
And tell me about the facilities here in Yankton. I keep hearing everywhere I go it's world-class in Yankton, the indoor archery facility. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, so the Yankton facility is the world's largest archery center ever. Mostly because we can have 3 field courses in the background, so that's kind of walking around in the woods. We have 2 FIDA fields, which is kind of what you see in the Olympics. We have 2 full fields of that, and then we have the indoor facility where we can shoot actually Olympic distances inside, which there's not a lot of facilities that can be able to boast that.
Well, as you talk about the Olympics and some of these competitions, let's talk about your competitions, because you've had, I think, 3 or 4 of them so far this year, 1 back in 2022, 3 so far this year of 23, starting with the Vegas shoot back on February 2nd and February 5th. That's one of the larger shoots around, if I'm not mistaken. What was that like?
That was amazing. And we actually had a record number of participants at that shoot. So it is now, we were almost at 4,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a number.
Yeah, it is. So, and they come from all over the world. So it's not like just local people. It's not just people from America. The best of the best come and compete against each other for prestige, fame, bragging rights, whatever you can think of. So having the kids there was really awesome to just get them in that environment, really get some pressure underneath their belt early in the season going forward, especially going into indoor nationals a couple weeks after that. And then having them work it, that got them a little bit of respect for what it takes to put on a shoot that large and have everybody be happy with you.
And not just compete, you competed very well. And looking at the kind of the scores of it, 3rd overall. Mount Marty placed 3rd overall at this meet with 4,000 archers from around the world there, and even one of your athletes, Zoe Woods, received 3rd in the collegiate female compound division. That is amazing.
It was so awesome. It was really awesome to have the kids up there, and as soon as they won, throughout the weekend, all the kids would come up to me and they'd be like, "We're doing pretty good." I know. Just keep your head to the grindstone. Don't worry about it. I'll worry about where your scores are sitting. And they didn't look at it the last day, and I put in the group chat, I was like, "Hey guys, you should probably be around for awards." And they were so excited. They were so happy. there is a cheering section behind awards, basically. So as they were like, putting everybody up on the stage, all you could hear is Mount Marty just screaming and yelling for everybody. So
that is amazing. That sounds like a great time at the Vegas Shoot, competing not only on the national stage, but on the world stage at that point as well. Mm-hmm. Let's continue talking about this season as we go. We were just talking about this before we got on the mics. There's not really a regular season when it comes to archery. You're just competing at large events. You competed at the Vegas Shoot, obviously, USA Indoor Nationals, and the NFAA Midwest Sectionals. Those were the 3 meets so far this year. Next up is the NFAA Indoor Nationals, March 24th through 26th. What is the kind of the difference between archery and some other sports where you don't have like the regular season to get into these meets? You just go there and you instantly have to compete at the high level.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of weird. We always joke around in archery that there's no off season. I will say that's a little bit of a lie. Our fall season is usually pretty sparse with hunting. It's hard to get everybody else out and put a shoot together. So the fall season is usually our prep time, figuring out our form, getting our mental state all ready, and then as soon as like December, January hits, it's like shoots every weekend if you really want to do it. So we pick and choose. We go to the big ones just to get them more exposure, get them a little more experience. Like I said, that pressure, you can't feel it anywhere else. So why don't we just go there, compete at the highest stage what we can, so that when things really matter, like USA Indoor Nationals and our Collegiate Nationals in May, you've been at the largest shoot in the world. You can compete against the other colleges now. Like, that's easy peasy, no brainer. We got this. So.
Well, that makes sense. Well, Zena, we are already starting to run out of time. I appreciate you for coming in today, but I do have one final question. You've been in Yankton for about 6 months now. What do you think of the place?
I love it. Happy move. I'm really happy with it. So, yep.
What's your favorite thing about Yankton?
Oh, goodness. I have to say downtown. That's a different vibe for me. If you came out to Pennsylvania and you said you wanted to go downtown, I'd tell you, no, don't even step foot down there. So that was really awesome to have my friends bring me downtown and have somewhere to go and explore and meet new people.
Favorite place to eat in Yankton? Putting you on the spot.
Oh, Bro Burger.
Yes! Gotta love the burgers, man. You're a Yankton native already. You're here 6 months and you're from here. That's fine.
Perfect.
Well, Coach Ross, I appreciate you coming in today. Your team has just been amazing so far this season. I cannot wait to see what you continue to do throughout this spring. Thank you for coming in today.
Absolutely. Thanks again for having me.
This is KYNT, the Lancer Locker. Let's take a break, come back, finish things up in a couple minutes.
Purchasing a home in a competitive market can be frustrating. Having to make quick decisions is stressful. That's why it's important to be guided by an experienced real estate professional. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and as an agent with more than 15 years of experience, I'll guide you through the home buying process and give you information necessary to make the right decisions in your home search. Call me today at 664-5555.
I'm Kevin Melm, store manager at Yankton Slumberland. So interior design, we like to take the ordinary and make it extraordinary. People don't realize that taking a sofa and just by adding a rug, accessories, pictures, things of that nature to really make the room pop with maybe some color. It's absolutely free. So if you need help, we can draw out your room, sketch your room, come to your home, and it's a free service, absolutely.
Free interior design service at Yankton Slumberland, located at 2401 Broadway Avenue.
I used to vape to deal with stress, but I was stressed when I didn't use it, had trouble focusing. Then I quit. Coach Nick had great tips, really helped.
I thought vaping was safer than smoking, but I was still inhaling so many chemicals. Walking around the campus left me winded. It's not worth risking my health. Thanks to the Quit Line, I'm 3 months vape-free.
Use a Quit Line coach, and you are 2 times more likely to stay quit. There's no better way to quit. Make your quit stick. Call 1-866-SD-QUITS now. You're gonna love your quit.
Don't just bank, be an explorer. Here at Explorers Credit Union, we do banking differently. As a not-for-profit, member-owned credit union, we know that financial wellness isn't a destination, it's a journey. We're here to help you set goals and reach them with the financial tools, expertise, and support you need. If you're looking for better rates on your loans and local service from your friends and neighbors, Explorers Credit Union has you covered. Learn how we can help your financial journey at explorerscu.com.
Hello, here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Well, a huge thank you to both my guests today, Coach Erickson and Coach Ross, both for coming in. It really was a great time being able to sit and talk with both of them. Some amazing insights on their programs and everything in between. They really do an amazing job, and it was a lot of fun talking with them. This is KYNT, the Lancer Locker. Let's go ahead and go to what's up next for some Lancer programs once again. The baseball team will be playing Waldorf Wednesday morning, actually. First pitch of Game 1 is set for 10:30 a.m. at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. That's going to be a lot of fun. Lancers playing on the Vikings field. The Mount Marty Lancers softball team will be traveling to McPherson to meet Mayville State at 11:15 a.m. Friday and Evangel University at 3:45 p.m. as well. Lancer baseball and softball this upcoming weekend as well. This is KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450. It's been a great show and we are out of time, so I gotta get out of here. My name is Tel Tanner. This has been the Lancer Locker. We'll see you next time.